Good day, everybody. Welcome back to another upload of It's a Dyer Thing. Rob here. Before we go any further ahead, don't forget to hit the notification and the subscription. This will always be up to date on everything that we do. Today, we're going to discuss something that seems to have a lot of confusion through a lot of forums and not very many videos out there. It is in regards to the Yamaha YZF-R9 and the USB connector, or actually the lack of a USB connector, and what is you can do in order to create one for yourself. So we're going to discuss how it works and how to do it and what is needed to do it. But this also kind of goes forward with many other models out there, not just necessarily Yamaha, but in general itself. So let's get to it. So as nice as the Yamaha R9 is, unfortunately, it is lacking of the USB connection. Now, mind you, yes, it does have a USB connector. It's actually a USB-C, and that is down at the back of the rear pillion seat, underneath the driver's seat, actually. So you could always connect your power source there, or an extension USB, and then run it all the way up to the front or wherever you need the power source to go and connect it that way. But that's not very professional. It's not very clean, and you got a whole lot of wires everywhere. However, on the R9 for 2025 and 2026, on the left side, if you look at this on the left side, underneath the steering handle, there's a trim cover, and it's only two little pins that hold this in place. And then you got a rubber detent on the other side, a plug, right? Once you remove that, you will see that there is a little connector, which is like these guys. All right. Once you remove that, this side is just basically a housing. It doesn't go to anything. However, on this side is the actual power source that you could add on a USB. Now, Yamaha Europe and other Yamahas globally do offer a USB plug-in if you would like to, which already comes pre-wired and connected to. And this seems to be where the confusion becomes for a lot of people, a lot of viewers out there, whether it's through the forums or through YouTube and stuff, is some people say, oh, I bought myself a USB, right, a connector, whatever it may be, and then I plug it in, and then I plug my phone in, and it's not charging. What is going on? I don't understand. And then there's like a lot of people saying, well, check your fuses, make sure the fuses are right, check the polarity, make sure the wires are connected right and all that. It's actually not so. This is not the problem. The problem is any of these connectors that you may purchase off of either eBay, AliExpress, Amazon, Bob's Gadget Store, or any electric supply, though it may be a USB or USB-C, doesn't matter what it is, a lot of times is the input power is going to be the same as the output power. And that's where the magic happens. You need, because the power coming from that connector off of that motorcycle is a 12-volt power source. Most phones and devices need a step down. They need to be stepped down from a 12-volt to a 5-volt. So if you are not cautious, and when you're buying your USB connector, again, depending on what it may be, if it does not have a regulator inside it, right, then, or a converter, whatever you want to call it, if it's not converting your power source input from a 12-volt to an output of 5-volt, then your charger is actually not going to work. It's working, it's sending a signal, it's sending power, but it's sending too much power to your phone. And the phones or the mobile devices, actually, they have an overload safety system in it that will not charge. It kind of shuts it off. So this is where you're plugging your USB into your bike and you're like, no, it's not charging. No, because it's your phone that's saying, hey, wait, way too much power coming in. So what you need to do is either you get yourself a converter, right? Something like this, which you can then connect any kind of device that you may have, or you have to shop for a USB charger or plug outlet that has already set itself to 5 volts. So there are some out there, so you do have to kind of shop around. But yeah, before you put it in your shopping cart, before you pay, make sure that the output power is 5 volts. If you don't, or you want to go with something a little bit different, like I wanted to go with this particular one here for the R9, due to the fact that it has a cover on it for rain and water, I needed to go with this particular one, but the input and the output is the exact same power source, which is 12 volt, or no matter what you put in, right? If you're putting in 5 volt, you're getting out 5 volt. So in regards to the R9, the output power of that connector was 12 volts. If I plug this in and I plug my phone, ain't gonna work. What I need to do is get the converter where the input is, the input is 12 volt, and then the output is now 5 volt. Now, in order to do that, then you have different options. You can buy these kind of connectors, which then you can kind of create yourself, right? Which then acts up like this, and then from this you put it into your device and then plug it up. You do have to make sure that the polarity is correct. And then before you go ahead and then plug up all your devices together, just make sure that it's all done. Or you can buy these ones already wired, and then you can kind of splice or connect your wires, but solder them and then heat shrink them. So for that, what I'm going to do, because I am using this plug and I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to put it on this panel, I got to drill my hole in here so that this is going to be sticking out through from here, and then I'll be able to kind of put my cable in through there. I've already created the connection of this one. This is the exact same connection as what's coming out of the motorcycle. And then I'm going to create the junction here, which is my step down from 12 to 5, which is here. So I've already done the one, very, very simple. That's connecting onto the bike. And now I'm going to need this one that's coming out here. As you read here, the white is the positive and the black is the negative. So what we need to do, since I'm using this one here, I'm going to have to use this guy here. I will then add 2 of these rubbers. This is the water sealing rubbers. And then 2 of these flat ones. The flat blades are for the big guys, and then the square tubes are for the little guys. Fairly simple. You go ahead and insert rubber on 1 wire, rubber on 2 wire, right? And then we'll go ahead and splice in this one connector. Again, you can buy wires that are already done, or you can go ahead and make your own. So now that I've done this, I know that this guy connects into this like that. My positive is on this side, and then the negative is on that side. So again, the white is my positive. I will go ahead and feed this in. Click, and then I'll feed my negative in. Click. So now that these guys are on, so all I have to do now is connect this guy in. This side is going to connect into the motorcycle, and with that, now I have a complete system here that will allow me to connect to the motorcycle 12, step it down to 5 volt into this, out of the USB, and then I can go from my USB cable to the back of the phone, and now the charge will complete. Let's go downstairs and get that done. All right, so like I was saying, now we're down at the bike here. This is your actual output source, and this is a 12 volt output source. So unless your USB device itself is set, already has a converter for a 5 volt output, even though it has a 12 volt input, you could always do a direct connect. However, most of these devices that you get, if you get just the generic ones, like I said, from eBay, AliExpress, Amazon, whatever it may be, most of them have the same output as they do as the input, and that's where you're going to go with your converter. So simple enough, your converter input and the converter output, you're following the flow of the polarity. So on this one here with the pin sticking out, the positive is on the left side, which we will connect onto this. Get this nice in, and you hear the click. Again, the positive is on the left side. That comes in, and then you follow the flow of this. And then you go ahead and connect this. There we go. So now we've got a 12 volt, step down to 5 volt, coming in through here with an output of 5 volt, and that's what your phone will need. You'll go ahead and then finish off this. The reason why I've put this where it is simply I'm going to have some cable management. I'm going to have my USB coming out through here. Again, I do need enough give for my steering, but when it's not connected in through this, then I can kind of just leave my wire here, kind of close that off, and then I know I'm good to go. So it doesn't always need to be connected. But anyways, just to shorten this out, this video, now I've got my power into that, in through here, coming all this connected. Once I've applied my power, turning the power on, the juice is going to kind of go through. And now, as you can see, the actual charge is actually charging. So there we go. That is how you do it. You need to have a 5 volt output from your USB source. With that, then everything is going to function the way it should be. So hopefully this kind of gives you some clarification on how things are done, what to do in order to do it. And again, I put my power source here due to the fact that this piece is very inexpensive if I need to replace it. So drilling a hole or whatever it may be, there's no big deal. There are other places that you can also find your source of power. You can kind of put it up here because this is actually hollowed out underneath. So you can have your power source coming out there, straight to there. Power source is still underneath the seat, so you can kind of run a cable all the way up through. But again, you have this junction here, which is designed for this. The factory Yamaha connector is actually up here, which is kind of like, I prefer that. That's a much cleaner output. And then I'm going to run with a wireless charge here for my phone with a quad lock system. So that's what I did. So hopefully this helps you out. So till next time, y'all be good, have fun, be safe, and don't forget, keep it covered. All right, bye-bye.